is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night at the Big A, it was a pitcher's duel until Mike Trout's big bang ignited all the fireworks the Angels would need in a 4-2 win over Seattle. Today, the Angels go for the series win. Mariners and Halos is next. Nice to see the Angels evening up the series last night with their victory. Mike Trout obviously coming up big, not only with the bat, but with the arm. And today they go for the series win as the homestand continues. It's the finale against the Seattle Mariners. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and overall, the Angels continue to play good baseball. And all you can hope for, Gooby, is that they continue going forward, and with baby steps. The offense comes around. The pitching has been pretty good.
Yeah, Victor, the pitcher has been very good, and they're looking for Mike Trout to be the leader, and he's starting to swing the bat, getting that timing, that foot down, and wow, did he have a big game last night, as usual, against Seattle. The power swing he has, you've got to keep in mind, though, earlier in that game, he fouled it off his back foot, hits this one to dead center field against Felix Hernandez. The fifth time he's hit a home run, a two-run home run for Mike Trout. But not only the offense, but the defense. Adam Lynn hits a ball to the wall, one hop, catches it with the bare hand, turns his body around perfectly, and a perfect strike into Cliff Pennington to get the out at second base. A huge out, otherwise you have a man in scoring position. 7 outfield assists last year, 1 now this year. A .311 career here against Seattle with 15 home runs, and it is a day game. So Mike Trout will probably do something special again today.
Yeah, and if you're Matt Shoemaker, make sure you keep the ball down against the Seattle Mariners ball club. They like to swing the bats. The power numbers have been good for them. But let's see what the Angels can do offensively against the left-hander, Wade Miley. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. When we return, we're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch. every Sunday. It is family day, and great to see the kids, youngsters in attendance. It's kind of an odd day. It's a warm day, and I think the baseball is going to be flying quite a bit. So like we mentioned in the open, got to keep everything down, but overcast too. So I wonder if that'll play a role too on the defensive side on high pop-ups.
Yeah, we usually think it's always difficult with the blue sky, but I think today with the way the sky is, it's even going to be more difficult with the glare. So the guys going to have the sunglasses, use that, turn their body to certain angles to be able to catch fly balls. So it's going to be, I think it has a chance to be an offensive day out there as far as swinging the bat. But Shoemaker, though, has thrown the ball well so far for the most part this season. Look for him to keep the ball down and deal again today.
Take a look at Scott Servais' lineup for the Seattle Mariners. Game number 18 for them. They are currently 8-9 and in third place, a game and a half back. Aoki leading things off at left, Smith at right. Robinson Cano, the second baseman. Nelson Cruz, the cleanup hitter at DH. Adam Lynn back in the lineup at first base. Kyle Seager at third. Clevenger is doing the catching today. And then you've got Leonis Martin at center. Marte rounding out that starting nine. He's the switch hitting shortstop as they take on Matt Shoemaker, making his fourth start, 1-2 record, and a 4.70 ERA.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well for the most part. That's that one tough game, but Shoemaker's stuff as far as fastball has been very good. Velocity solid this season. My go-tos for Shoe to be successful today are going to be clear and easy. To believe in his stuff, believe in that all four pitches you have, and change patterns. Don't fall into fastballs and fastball counts. Utilize that great secondary pitches you have. Great split finger fastball, slider, and curve also.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels this afternoon. Craig Gentry is in left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun in right. Yurnel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left side, Johnny Giavotella and CJ Cron on the right side. Those two guys had nights off last night. Giovanni Soto behind the plate.
And just have to highlight Simmons once again. He has been unbelievable so far this season. 0 errors in 84 chances. 988 fielding percentage. Last year, 984 overall in his career. Two-time Gold Glove winner. Simmons has been fantastic going back on pop-ups and fielding those ground balls, and what an arm he has.
Seattle took game one on Friday night. Did so by the final of 5-2. That was a 10-inning game. Seattle scoring 3 times in the 10th off Jose Alvarez, and last night a 4-2 win for the Angels. Home run by Trout and then the RBI single. Little insurance by Cole Calhoun in the bottom of the 8th inning. Matt Shoemaker's first one today is down and away. It's ball one. Aoki hitting .217, 3 doubles, a couple of triples, has 4 runs batted in. For the Collar last night, going 0 for 4. Seattle with 6 hits. The Angels had a total of 7 last night. Two balls and no strikes. Angels with the win last night, picking up their 3rd home victory. They were 2-4 in the opening homestand. The Cubs and the Rangers. 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, he's got some late movement on the fastball. You almost think in terms of middle of the plate for Shoemaker right now, and trust the movement and stay on that outside part of the plate. But when you started on the corner with movement, always out of the zone, easy for the umpire to call that a ball.
Three balls, 1 strike. Aoki doesn't like the call. It's the crew chief Bill Miller calling the balls and strikes today. Pat Hoberg at first, Brian Knight at second, Todd Tichenor at third base. (3-1) rip foul. Nice play down there. Full count. Shoemaker's last start was Tuesday against the White Sox. And pitched well. The Angels got shut out 5-0. White Sox tacked on 3 runs late, but Shoe allowed 2 in 6 1/3. Aoki slices it foul. The count remains full.
Yeah, when he had 12 1/3 his last 2 starts, his 2 earned runs allowed on 7 hits for Shoemaker.
His issue this year, from what we've seen, just based on the numbers, is right-handed batters. Almost a .300 batting average against Shoe,
which is surprising. That's a good pitch. Wow.
Aoki works the walk.
I think Aoki kind of sold it going down the line. This is right in the middle of the plate at the knees. No, we're getting to the point where we're sounding like a broken record as far as a low strike. We have not seen that hardly at all called this year. And you're taught as a pitcher to pitch at the knees. We haven't seen that called a lot this year.
Here's Seth Smith with Aoki over at first base and already off to a big lead. 3 infielders on the right side with Smith at the plate. He's the right fielder. It's a big rip, fouls it back, hitting .294 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Smith came in and pinch hit anything last night, grounded one right back to the mound.
And Smith 3 for 8 in his career against Shoemaker with 2 home runs. His 8 official at bats, and that's a pretty hefty swing, that first pitch. And the reason why you see better numbers against lefty is because he's able to use his split finger fastball more effectively against left-handed batters than he has so far against right-handed batter Shoemaker this year.
Oh, 1 count just underway. Aoki working a walk to lead off the game. Long pause for Shoemaker. Bouncer toward first. That is a foul ball. Thrown. Thinking out and then trying to throw to second base, but Pat Hoberg making the call. It's an 0-2 count. What's interesting is we were talking about Shoemaker's batting average against, where the righties are hitting .296 and lefties .182 against him. He's thrown almost 60% first pitch fastballs to lefty and has had success. But with the right-handers up, he's throwing more sliders first pitch against righties than he would his fastball.
That's surprising, because you want to set up that your breaking pitch, especially as a right-handed pitcher against a right-handed batter. So you usually generally start with fastballs. And
the majority of his pitches, especially against right-handed batters, when he's behind in the count, has been the fastball. So when you're behind in the count, you're in a fastball count, and hence the batting average being up against him.
So that's why I mentioned is the go-to. They change patterns. You want to change that mindset as far as throwing fastballs in fastball counts.
Ball gets away by Aoki. Stays near the bag. Not sure if maybe that got him a little bit. Ball glancing off the glove of Crone.
Off of Aoki and then off of C.J. Crone, unable to advance on it. Shoemaker's allowed 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts this year. Does have 4 career pickoffs.
Now it's kind of become an overcast day here.
Let's talk about some rain in the area on Thursday.
Well, the Angels won't be here.
Yep.
Line to left, a base hit. 1-2 count. Going to third base is Aoki. First and third, nobody out.
Boy, and Smith, this looks comfortable against Shoemaker. That's a pretty good swing going the other way. Got now 4 for 9 in his career against Shoemaker. To shorten up a swing with 2 strikes on him. Puts that ball hard to left center field. And Aoki does not slow down. Advances to third, first and third on the single.
Robinson Cano up. Angels have fallen behind early against Seattle in the first 2 games of the series, in jeopardy of doing that once again. Cano at .235 average, 3 doubles, 6 home runs, 14 runs batted in. 0 for 3 last night, hit by a pitch. Mariners 2 for 10 so far this series, with men in scoring position.
Shoemaker 10-10 in his career at home, with a 0-1 this year. With the high ERA, 2 really good games on the road so far.
Out to left. Not very deep. Gentry moving toward the foul line. Aoki back to the bag. He tags but doesn't go. Gentry gets that baseball back in quickly.
Odd way of going back to the base, especially when you know Gentry's going to make the play. He's a very good outfielder, has been for quite some time.
Almost like as if Aoki was surprised that Gentry got to the baseball.
And he's going to that sideways. You usually want to get right back to the base and get to use that base as almost like a sprinter does and push off, but he was going sideways going back. Odd way to go back to tag up.
Halos will take it.
Yes, now you're just a ground ball away from a double play and get through the inning, no damage. I don't know if he's going to squirrel it anyhow, but as an outfielder, you see a guy getting in position to potentially tag up. It's a little different as compared to a guy drifting back to the base.
Nelson Cruz at the plate. He's the DH. A couple of home runs in this series. 273, 4 home runs on the year, 11 runs batted in. First one on the way. Slider, first pitch.
Yep. Talk about patterns. And that's the thing, though. Now, every hitter has all that data where they're going to look at that and look for pitches. It's like pitchers know exactly what hitters are swinging at if they're swinging at first pitch. The information given is amazing now.
Aoki at third, Smith at first. Evens a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight up with Cruz at the plate. 1 for 3 game with a home run last night. 1 for 4 the night before with a sac fly and a home run. Like always trying to force that 2-seamer.
You don't need to do that. Just stay in their normal mechanics and just have that wrist, that pronation of the wrist to create that downward sink action on your fastball.
Two balls, 1 strike. Top of the first. A couple of men on with 1 out. Broken bat roller towards short. Simmons has it. Goes to second and he throws it away. Run will score. Seattle has a 1-0 lead. Nelson Cruz with a single and an RBI. And then Simmons gets charged with an error, advancing Smith to third.
Well, he's been so good, but the high throw, it's away from Giavotella. I wonder if he might have a better chance with that strong throwing arm he has going to first. But a very difficult play with Smith going to second.
Even if that throws on the bag, I'm not sure that they get him. Same situation, first and third. And again, for the 3rd straight game, Seattle strikes first. A leadoff walk to start the game kind of started it off. Adam Lind, the first baseman, hitting .283. Couple of doubles, 2 runs batted in. Linden pinch hitting in the 7th inning, stayed in the game, went in going 2 for 2. Also thrown out at second. And to stretch a single into a double. Good off-speed pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. You would think that that's the appropriate pitch, something off speed against Lynn. Always seems to be geared up for a fastball.
Yeah, 13 strikeouts and 46 at bats so far this year. It's 1 and 3. Need 1 now if you're Shoemaker.
Down it goes. 2 down.
That's a real good sequence right there from Matt Shoemaker. Mix in all of his pitches. And it goes inside to finish off Lynn. Like more of a tumbling split finger fastball. Still work to be done here, no.
Kyle Seager, the batter. 1-0 M's. Seager 127 average to start the year. Off to a slow start. Couple of doubles, couple of home runs. 0 for 4 yesterday. 0 for 8 in the series. He's reached once, and that was on a walk. His first plate appearance Friday night. Very short lead for Cruz at first, as that one is down and away. 2-0. Make it 3 straight starting pitchers that have had issues early. First 2 settled down, though.
A lot of times you can clean that up as far as your preparation down in the bullpen before the game starts. Throw a little bit more, especially start when you're starting your session down in the bullpen to get ready for the game. Start middle of the plate. That's what I always believe. My first 10-15 throws, I'm going middle of the plate. Then all of a sudden in my mind I've established the strike zone. Then I start working corners. Then my off-speed pitches come into effect.
Tropiano got better as the game went on Friday. Hector certainly did the same last night. Seager drives one out to deep right field. Cole Calhoun moving back on it. He'll pull up, and this one is gone. On a 2-0 pitch, it's a 3-run blast, 4-0 Seattle. And that was a hanger of a breaking ball. Had no bite to it. Seager just sat on it.
And trying to make sure he threw that one for a strike. And right into that zone for a left-handed swing, especially that swing from Seager. More of an uppercut swing. And in a day game, very difficult to keep that in the yard.
Steve Clevenger, the catcher, up.
It's the 11th career home run for Seager against the Angels. And as a team, their 22nd home run.
Seattle coming into play today, 3rd in the American League in that home run category. Clevenger, 30-year-old catcher, picked up in an offseason deal with the Baltimore Orioles. That was the Mark Trumbo deal. Shoemaker falls behind at 2-1. Clevenger 3 for 14 so far this year with a home run and 3 runs batted in.
Well, it's a tough one for Mike Scioscia, Charlie Nagy to look on here, especially looking for a 0 with momentum from last night. Always talk about momentum set the next day by the starting pitcher. Mislocation early on for Shoemaker. 28 pitches, 15 strikes, 13 out of the strike zone.
And he walks Clevenger. Second walk of the inning. 29 pitches thrown here in the first, and he'll bring out Nagy for his first visit. Leonis Martin, when he comes to the plate, will be the 8th man to bat here in the first.
Facing a guy today in Wade Miley who's had a tough time so far this year. So your mindset as a starter, all right, I've had a bad start here in this first inning. I got to put up an out here, put up a 0 for a number of innings followed up, and see if we get back in the game. You're going to score some runs. These are the games that are, you know, as a pitcher, starting pitcher, it's, if you can pull this one out and get a W, it's sometimes more gratifying than the ones where you're absolutely dealing from the get-go, because you give your team a chance.
Martin, the center fielder, hitting 193. 0 for 3 last night, had a sacrifice fly, picked up the 6th run batted in. be interesting to see too how the bullpen shakes out for the Angels. You get Joe Smith, Houston Street, both having pitched in 3 straight games. Oh, 1. Good off speed. No balls, 2 strikes.
This might be one of those games where Corey Rasmus is asked to get multiple innings at some point in this game today.
No off day for the Angels till Thursday. Oh, 2. Down goes Martin. Inning comes to an end, but not before Seattle strikes for 4. We'll head to the bottom of the first. The Mariners leading it. Bottom of the first, we'll take a look at Scioscia's lineup for the Angels coming into this one. With an 8-10 record, Yunel Escobar will lead things off at third base. Johnny Giavitello at second. Mike Trout at center field. Albert Pujols DH and Cole Calhoun at right. Giovanni Soto behind the plate today. Andrew Simmons at shortstop. C.J. Cron at first after a day off, and then Cliff Gentry is in left, batting ninth. They are taking on the left-hander Wade Miley. And Miley last year with the Boston Red Sox. Okay numbers with an 11-11 record. An ERA just over 4, but a slow start for him through 3 starts with Seattle.
Yeah, opponents hit .388 against Wade Miley. My go-tos to be successful against him. Barrel up those mistakes. He's made a lot so far and dictate your pace. He's a guy that likes to throw you off your timing. So you dictate the pace in the batter's box against Wade Miley.
Escobar hitting .260. Escobar fouls off the first pitch. Home run, 5 runs batted in for Yunel, and 0 for 4 yesterday. Batting average against Miley, .388. He's given up some knocks, 26 hits in his 15 2/3 innings.
Yeah, his fastball so far this year not as firm, 88-93 range. Slider, cut fastball, curveball, changeup.
And he is from the Mark Burley school of pitching.
Yes, that's why you got to, if you don't feel comfortable in that batter's box, you got to step out.
One, 2, bouncer foul.
Also has really good numbers in his career versus the Angels in 2 starts, 1-0 with a 0.60. 15 innings pitches, 1 earned run against them.
Yeah, just 5 hits allowed in those 15 innings against the Angels. Ground ball to second. Leadoff man retired for out number 1. Defensively for Seattle, Aoki, Martin, and Smith in the outfield. Seager, Marte, Cano, and Lind in the infield from third to first. Clevenger behind the plate.
And Seager, we've seen make some really good plays so far in this series. Won the Gold Glove back in 2014. This is second Mariner to win that award at third base. Adrian Beltre also won that award wearing that Mariner uniform. .968 fielding percentage for his career at that position.
Johnny Giavotella getting to start today, batting second. 146 with 1 RBI. Number 2 spot in the order for the Angels has been a black hole so far. 73 at bats. That number 2 spot has hit 178 with a 241 on base percentage.
Well, you talk about the ideal spot to be in this lineup if you're an Angel hitter, hitting ahead of Mike Trout and behind Escobar.
2 balls, 2 strikes. First time that Johnny's jumped up to the 2 hole this year. At 250 in limited times at the plate last year. Keeps his at bat alive here. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pretty good swing for Giavotella on that one. Giavotella just 1 for 8 in his career against Miley.
Full count. Hasn't walked many guys. He's just given up a lot of hits. Just 4 walks in 15 2/3. Picked up in an off-season deal. Mariners are wheeling a deal in this off-season. 2 down. Got him on an off-speed pitch.
My Hyundai key for this game today, especially for the hitters against Wade Miley or Jason Bay. Let it go. Get that fastball, get that barrel of bat out there quickly against him. He works extremely fast, but get that barrel of bat on that baseball and do some lifting here as far as out of the yard.
Trout at 302 now with 3 home runs, 4 doubles, 8 runs batted in. He fouls off the first pitch.
You see that too often from Trout, although pretty successful when he does jump on that first fastball.
Oh, 2. Here we're talking about Shoemaker, the splits and what he's thrown. You talk about a guy that won't change his habits. Right-handers hitting .426 against Miley, 61% first pitch fastball. That's up and in.
And he will pitch inside, as you can see.
Likes to go to that breaking ball. He's ahead of the count. Clevenger sets up inside. This one pulled through the hole to the left side. Single for Trout with 2 outs here in the first.
Either he tried a slider or a cut fastball, but it was down. Pretty good pitch against most people, but not against Mike Trout. He's starting to get comfortable at the plate. And that batting average over 300 now.
Albert 0 for his last 26. Has a new career high for him. Takes down and away. His average at 132. Couple of home runs. 10 RBIs. Still the team leader in our RBIs. Calhoun and Trout tied at second with 8. One on one.
Very difficult to steal against Miley. Has 16 stolen bases in 38 attempts in his career against me. He has 20 pickoffs.
Foul tip down, went into the mid. Albert hitless in his career against Miley, 0 for 6. Seattle scoring 4 times at the top of the first. That's driven out to deep left center field. That snaps the over. Halos get on the board. 4-2 Seattle. Bat flip and all.
For all the questions, concerns from a lot of people about Albert, well, you know at some point he's going to turn it around, and he does on that one. And he crushed that baseball. His third home run, 12th RBI, 563. The way Miley knew it, he made a mistake. And Albert, backflip. Love it. 0 for no more. Baseball, long gone.
Albert likes to say, you want to talk about stats, hit me up on October the 1st.
And hit me up with those names I'm mentioned with it at an all-time home run list. Tied Mr. October, Reggie Jackson.
It's good to see the Angels get 2 of those runs back. Cole Calhoun takes ball 1. Cole hitting .308, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. 1 for 4 game yesterday with an RBI single.
We talked about in the opening, potentially some runs scored. We didn't anticipate in 6 in the first inning combined. In a day game, baseball carrying.
110 miles per hour off the bat, 448 feet for Pujols.
That baseball was screaming on the way out. I think Albert did that bat flip for all the people keep asking what's wrong, what's wrong. And it, that's everyone's job to ask that.
Sure.
It's understandable, but Albert also knows that he's going to put up those numbers, so everyone just relax. Showed it last night what he did in April last year, then May, more home runs, and 13 in the month of June, 8 in May, and 12 RBI, team leader in that category.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's going to fall on him because teams are, until he gets it going, teams are going to pick their poison. They're going to want to face Albert instead of Trout, especially with Trout starting to get hot now. We've seen that already. Two on the way. Fouled off.
This team is a completely different team and lineup when Trout and Pujols are swinging the way they can, and all of a sudden everyone else in the entire lineup can relax and do what they're normally able to do. Let's get on base, set the table for those 2. Same thing with Cole Calhoun. Those 3 combined, 107 home runs last year.
Full boat. A long first inning in general. 26 pitches thrown by Miley. The 27th is fouled back off of Clevenger. That Shoemaker threw 32 pitches.
And what we say with Shoemaker, get through that inning, put up some zeros, you're right back in the game right now. Your offense starting to get it together. Your responsibility as a starter to get deep in the game now. The first inning is in the past for Shoemaker.
Cole takes ball 4. So 2 quick outs for Miley, then the single to Trout on a 1-2 count. Pujols a home run, and now Cole working the walk. And we'll bring up Giovanni Soto.
Mel Stoudemire Jr. going out to talk now to Wade Miley.
Giovanni Soto getting the start behind the plate today. 316 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. His home run against Sean Doolittle of the Oakland Athletics on the last road trip. Giovanni 6 for 19 so far. First pitch off speed.
Well, the old school was when you had a visit from a pitching coach, you could almost guarantee first pitch fastball after the conversation. Not anymore.
To Seattle, bottom of the first. 1-0. This one's driven out toward right center field. Seth Smith giving chase over his head. One hops the fence. Calhoun motoring in. He is going to score. It's an RBI double for Soto. 4-3 Seattle.
Great swing from Giovanni Soto going the other way. Almost got that out the right center field. Drive it in, Cole Calhoun. So 2 runners that have walked have scored in this game so far. And for Seattle, now Cole Calhoun scoring. With their 2-out walk, fastball right down the heart of the plate. But what a perfect swing from Giovanni Soto. Picking up his 4th RBI, first double of the season.
Soto with his first double of the year picks up his 4th RBI, and here's Andrelton Simmons. That's off the plate.
Soto now 4 for 7 against Miley. Simmons 3 for 9 against Miley.
Breaking pitch upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Andrelton hitting .232, 4 doubles. 3 runs batted in. He's over his last 9.
Well, the Yankees already more runs against Miley in this inning than they have in 2 starts against them.
Two-0 pitch. This one's fouled off. Turned over the changeup. Two-one count. Smith playing shallow and right. Martin doing the same. He's shading him towards right center field. Ground ball to short. Ketel Marte's got it. And the inning is over. The Angels strike for 3 runs. A single by Trout, the 2-run blast by Pujols, and the RBI double by Soto. But good to see Pujols get off the schneid.
Boy, what a perfect swing from Albert. Talking about getting the barrel and the lift on that baseball a long way, and a nice little back lift from Albert Pujols.
Six pitches in the first inning. Shu gave up 4. Miley gave up 3. So in essence, it's a brand new ball game as we begin the second. 9-1-2 coming up for the M's. Ketel Marte, the shortstop, taking things off. He will look at a strike. Oh, 1. Just inside. Marte getting 214 with a double and a run batted in. Slap to left, and it's a leadoff single. Pitch that was up in the strike zone. Bobbled by Gentry. Marte trying to go to second. He is in there safely.
Off the heel of the glove, and Gentry goes underneath the leg, and Marte did not slow down. Once he saw that, tried to get himself in scoring position and does so.
Single and an error on Gentry. Second error.
Yeah, second error of the game. Surprising how well the defense has played of late.
Top of the order now, Aoki. Angels anticipating a potential bunt. Aoki drops it down. Third base side. Soto will pick it up. Fire to first. Sacrifice advances. Marte to third.
That's knowing your field, and a lot of times you might think that might roll foul, but we know this field. Know that rolling baseball down the line is going to stay fair. Nice play by Soto. Baseball right down the line. It's going to stay fair. Take the out at this point. Good play by Giovanni Soto. Nice job by Crone to keep his eye on the baseball too, with the runner going down the line. A difficult one for the right-handed throwing first baseman, as he's got to drift in there as the runner's going down the line, and the glove right at him.
Oh, dribbler foul. Smith a single and a run scored in the first. Yes, he did. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield back and on the shift. Smith's single was out to left field on a pitch that was up in the zone. Escobar, the lone infielder, on the left side. 0-2 now. Smith with a bouncer up the line. This one is foul. That's one of those, if you're C.J. Crone, aren't you charging to try to just get the out? Forget about the run. The run scores fine, but you'll take 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah, especially this early in the game, and you're having a pitcher you're facing today. Even though he had good career numbers, he struggled this year. He's already given up 3 runs, as an ERA at 8 coming into the game.
And you got Cano on deck.
Always taken out here early.
Yeah.
Late in the game, changes. Early, taken out.
And it's not as if Smith was committed to busting down the line, you know. At that point, yeah, as a first baseman, you lay back and hope it goes foul. 0-2. Line towards second base, and that's where the shortstop Andrelton Simmons is at. 2 outs. Boy, that ball squared up well.
And the shift working there. Simmons being right there to catch that line drive. The Angels have used the shift quite a bit this season. At the middle of the pack the last couple of years. A lot of it this year. That worked perfectly.
Two outs, Cano at the plate. A fly ball to left field in the first inning. Trying to keep this a 1-run deficit. In the air. Third base shot into foul territory and headed toward the seats. Leadoff single by Marte, went to second on the error by Gentry, and went to third on the sacked bunt by Aoki. smothered by Soto. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels will stay home and take on the Kansas City Royals beginning tomorrow night. 3-game series, all 3 night games. Kansas City leading Baltimore now 4-1 at Kauffman. Game from the 7th.
Well, looking at the White Sox again, continue to play good baseball. They don't give up any runs. They're leading Texas 3-1 late, 7th inning.
Yeah, 7th. Oakland lost today 6-3 to Toronto. 1-1 pitch. Cano hits one out toward right field, hit pretty well. Cole has a beat on it and will make the catch for the 3rd out. And that runner is stranded at 3rd. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. 4-3 Seattle.
The bottom of the 2nd, and now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. CJ Cron at the plate. First 14 games against Seattle is 163 batting average. Last 11 though, tremendous numbers, 359 with 5 home runs and 7 RBI for CJ Cron against Seattle pitching.
8-9-1 for the Angels here in the 2nd. Cron had the night off last night. Homered Friday night, his first of the year. Crowds this one to short. 1 down. Host a business function or celebrate a special occasion in your own private suite at Angel Stadium. Suite rentals offer all-inclusive food and beverage packages. Visit angel.com/suites for more info. 1 up, 1 down. We'll bring up Gentry, the left fielder. Kind of how the first inning started. Miley retiring the first 2. Next 4 reached.
Why does he waste 0 time grabbing the baseball, looking in for a sign? Gentry trying to slow him down.
Line to center. It's a base hit for Gentry.
Good swing from Craig Gentry. He's been really trying to use that middle of the field and finally got those hands through the baseball to hit that ball to center field.
Very good spring for the Angels. A little shorter, compact swing during spring training.
And that's something he's been working with Dave Hansen. Get back to that shorter swing. Got a little bit long there for a while. Good at bat for him.
Escobar grounded out to Cano in the first.
10 batters faced for Miley so far in this game. There's 3 times he's done a first pitch strike.
Ground ball on an off-speed pitch. This is going to turn into an inning-ending double play. 2 complete. We'll head to the 3rd. 4-3 Seattle. Seattle, top of the third inning. And a contrast in innings. Mentioned the 66 pitches combined in the first, 18 combined in the second for Shoemaker and Miley. Matt to face Cruz, Landon Seager here in the third inning. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 4 hits allowed. One of which was the home run to Seager. 3-run shot in the first. Cruz fouls this one back, and that is into the Mariners television booth.
John Reynolds made a nice job as far as avoiding that baseball flying in the booth.
Nice job getting out of the way of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't blame JR.
No, that was screaming into the booth.
The ball had some hair on it. One and 2. Cruz was credited with a single and an RBI. The ball he hit to Andrelton Simmons in the first. And now 12 runs batted in. Got him upstairs.
That was a backup slider.
Yep. 3rd strikeout and the first out here in the 3rd.
Not the ideal location for this pitch. Spinning slider, the backup one.
Edelman struck out in the first. Skies this one on the third base side. Will slice into the seats. Oh, 1 count. Led last year with Milwaukee at 277, 20 home runs, and drove in 87. 32-year-old.
It's a good split finger fastball from Shoemaker on that one.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Nice play. And brought his glove. And some high fives.
Pulled foul. Almost got somebody in the Mariners dugout. Is that Cano? Marte?
So I think I'll go back and sit on the bench instead of the steps.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Kyle Seager on deck. Seattle scored 4 times in the first. The Angels responding with 3. Got him swinging. Down goes Lynn for the 2nd time of the ballgame. 2 down.
And that Shoemaker has to remember what pitch he threw to Kyle Seager last at bat. He threw him a curveball, inner half of the plate, sped up his bat. He's been struggling this year as far as batting average at 127. And that slow curveball allowed him to get that bat through the zone a little bit easier and hits that one out in the right field.
Home run for Seager, his 3rd of the year. Ball on a strike on Kyle. Brother Corey with the Dodgers, his shortstop. Another brother Justin in the Mariners minor league system. 2-1 count. Line to 3rd. That's Yunel Escobar. More toward the shortstop position, but that's where Escobar was playing. A 1-2-3 inning for Shu. Part of the order coming up for the Angels. Third inning, 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Angels. Every fan matters when the Angels take on the Rays Friday, May 6th. That's a 7:05 start. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels selfie stick courtesy of Farmer John. Is part of a Guinness World Records official attempt. Visit angels.com to get your tickets.
By the way, my kids are pretty excited about when that. You
You
mentioned it last night, and they're really excited about that.
Chad was the first one greeting you when you walked in the door.
He said, "Do you have it already?" I said, "No. Give me some time."
Baby steps, Chad.
Yes.
Baby steps. Johnny Giavotella struck out on the first, the only strikeout for Miley.
Well, the top 4 in the batting order against Miley so far this year. That's coming into the game. 406 batting average, 13 for 32 with 2 home runs, 10 RBI. Travel to hit, pulls with a 2-run home run, so those numbers go up. He's had his problems throughout the lineup, especially the top 4 in the lineup.
1-2 count on Giavotella. Grounds this from the short. 1 down. Miley's retired the leadoff man all 3 innings so far.
We mentioned it before, but it's always worth mentioning. Wade Miley was neighbors with Britney Spears, so that's always extremely important to know.
Yeah, it's good info though.
Hey, just for you.
Back pocket stuff.
Yep.
So you're trying to close the deal.
Yeah,
you know.
Down in Louisiana, neighbors.
Caught the corner. 1-2. Trout with a single. And a run scored in the first.
Generally, Miley will try a fastball in after a changeup away.
Called strike 3.
That was off the plate.
That's a bad call, and Trout goes down looking for out number 2. Brings up
Albert coming to the plate back in the first inning with Mike Trout aboard. It's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay and a bat flip to boot from Albert. 2-run home run, breaking his hitless streak, and he crushed that one. 563 in his career now for Albert Pujols.
Off the body. No balls, 2 strikes. The starter starting to settle in. Albert lines with the right field, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
And that's a good sign also. You love the 2-run home run, but the base hit the other way from Albert is really important to see. Staying back, got that toe tap and foot down, and then looking to go the other way, especially behind in the count. Real good swing from Albert.
Cole with a walk and a run scored. Lays off. Albert with his 3rd multi-hit game. Had one against Texas here at Minnesota.
And the batter's hitting Miley well this year also. 300 batting average.
2 balls, no strikes. That's driven out toward left field. Hit very well. Aoki moving back, and on the warning track will make the catch for the 3rd out. Gave it a ride the opposite way, but it stays in the yard. 3 complete. Seattle still leads it.
Our facts, which are brought to you by Clean, Crisp, Coors Light. Angels outfielders with 6 outfield assists, which is tied for most in Major League Baseball this season. Ortega with 3, Trout with that big one last night, Cole Calhoun with 1, and Craig Gentry with 1. Not only coverage, but great throwing arms in the outfield for the Halos.
Ortega with 3 in 6 games. First pitch swinging is Steve Clevenger. He fouls it off. Bottom third of the order for Seattle here in the 4th. Clevenger, Martin, and Marte. Clevenger worked a walk. The only free pass issued by Shoemaker, who has 4 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed. One and 2. Two is down low. Full count. Shoemaker's 3-2 and a walk. Leadoff man on board. Let's see. I said 1 walk. He had 2 walks. Now he's got 3. Gave up a leadoff walk to Aoki in the 1st inning.
Yeah, 4 full counts in the game so far for Shoemaker. Different numbers in that box score so far for Shoemaker. Generally, you love to see a few more zeros for him. He can put up some zeros now. He can pick up a W.
Big swing by Leonis Martin. He struck out in the 1st.
Six for 14 in his career versus Shoemaker.
(4-3) here in the 4th. All 7 runs scored in the 1st inning. One ball, 1 strike. Leadoff walk to Clevenger. He's over at first. 2-1. 68 pitches for Shoemaker. 40 strikes, 28 balls. Settled down in the 2nd and 3rd innings after having a rough 1st, as did Miley. That's ripped out to right field. Calhoun will just watch this one go gone over the wall. Thought it was going to hit the fence, but it doesn't. It clears it. 3rd home run of the season for Leonis Martin, and it is 6-3 Seattle.
5th home run of the season given up by Matt Shoemaker. 2nd of the game. See some movement down to the bullpen now for the Angels. Martin continues to see the ball well against Shoemaker now. 7 for 15. High fastball, and he was all over that one. Was hoping it stayed in the yard, hit the wall, but this clears over the wall for a 2-run home run. And another leadoff walk scores.
And a single out to right field. Marte with good speed might try to go to 2nd. Cole up and firing. The throw is not in time, so it's a double for Marte, his 2nd of the year. So a walk, homer, and a double. And they better crank it up in the Angels bullpen. At the top of the order, Orioles coming up. Still nobody out here in the fourth. Jose Alvarez, first man up. Mariners touched him for 3 runs in the 10th inning of Friday night's game. So Nagy's going to come out.
See the 70 pitches, 32 of them in the first inning for Shoemaker. Settled down second and third. Tough one so far in the fourth for Shoe. Very similar scenario to the last time Aoki came up with Marte at second. You wonder if he'll square around the bunt again.
A walk and a sac bunt, so no official at bat for him. Not bunting, takes a strike. Good off-speed pitch. It's Aoki out in front.
Well, this is something we're not accustomed to seeing from a starting pitcher for the Angels for quite some time. Last 13 games, starter 6-2 with a 2.29 ERA.
Ground ball toward third and off the glove of Escobar, and no play, and Marte alertly takes the extra base. That's an error on Escobar, and that's the 3rd error of the ballgame for the Angels, and that's going to be it for Matt Shoemaker. And Scioscia's coming out, so Shoemaker faces 4 batters here in the 4th inning, unable to retire any of them. And it'll be Jose Alvarez coming on in relief. A pitching change. We're in the 4th. Seattle leads at 6-3. Unable to solve the Mariners as he's allowed 2 runs here in the 4th inning. Leonis Martina 2-run home run, not helped out by the error by Escobar, because that should have been the first down of the inning. But either way, Mike Scioscia goes to the bullpen. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Shoemaker's out. Jose Alvarez is on board, and And he will face Seth Smith with runners at the corners and nobody out.
And credit Marte for good base running to be able to get to third base on that baseball deflected off of Escobar's glove.
Ground ball, right side. Giavotella has it, flips to Simmons for one, relay back to first, double play. Run scores, makes it 7-3.
And that's going to go down into box scores a 4-6-3 double play, but that was not an easy play because Simmons also thought he may have to go after the baseball. Giavotella gets it, and a good flip with the momentum going in. That quick throw over the first base by Simmons. 4-6-3 double play, no RBI for Seth Smith now.
Base is clear for Cano, twice flied out against Shoemaker.
And all these shifts we're seeing in baseball right now, it's not the normal turn of a double play for a shortstop. But well done by Simmons once again.
Halos down once again by the original 4 runs. Alvarez ahead of the count at 1-2. Mentioned that he pitched Friday. They're going 1 inning, giving up 3 runs on 3 hits, including a home run. Nelson Cruz got him for a 2-run shot. Jammed him, popped up, and this is foul. Soto never saw it. Cano's going to need a new bat.
Yeah, you would think so on that swing, the way the baseball went off the bat.
Ground ball to first. Back inside of that fastball. Cron will take it himself. Seattle strikes for 3. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. 7-3 Seattle. Pledges to do right by the communities in which we all live and work. And by El Pollo Loco. 5 meals under 500 calories. Try them all at El Pollo Loco. 7-3, Seattle leads at bottom of the fourth. Soto, Simmons, Crone against Wade Miley, who doesn't waste any time. First pitch strike. Soto with an RBI double in the first. Now it's time for the Angels offense to refocus in on Miley, who's had terrible numbers this year. Drove some runs early. Foul at the plate. .59 pitches for Miley. 38 strikes, 2 punch outs, 1 walk. 5 hits allowed, including Albert Pujols' home run at the first. Soto goes down looking. 1 away.
Well, Bill Miller will ring that one up, even though, again, like we saw with Trout, off the inside part of the plate. Clevenger set up off the plate, tries to bring it back, and you can see that's just off the inside corner, but twice now. Miley's got the benefit of that call on a fastball off the inside corner.
Won't call the bottom of the strike zone, but they'll call pitches off the plate. And Simmons looks at a strike. He grounded out to Marte in the first, so he's 0 for 1. So over to first. Adam Lynn knocks it down. He'll take it himself. 2 outs.
First baseman number 24, C.J. Crone.
So Crone steps up. Great crowd on this Sunday afternoon. 74 degrees at first pitch. Little League Day. They saw a long first inning. Seattle striking for 4. The Angels with 3.
Well, the smiles and the enthusiasm as the Little Leaguers walked around was awesome to see for the game.
Off speed to Crone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. CJ grounded out, leading off the second. Another off speed, another ground ball. Halos very quietly go down in order here in the fourth. Play to the 5th inning. 7-3 Seattle. To be greater than ever for now, Cuba reigns one country that's beyond its reach. Tune in for our special documentary, Cuba, baseball's final frontier, after Angels Live postgame. 7-3 Mariners as we begin the 5th. Cruz Lind and Seager to face Jose Alvarez. Alvarez came in, got a double play ball and a ground out to finish off that fourth inning. Shoemaker was up 7 runs, 5 earned in his 3 innings. Changeup for a strike. That pitch was off the plate. Cruz doesn't like it. I think Nelson just cleaned off home plate. No balls, 2 strikes.
You know, I think borderline was going to be called there.
I was looking at the Fox track we have in the booth, and then I look up and I see Cruz and do a little house cleaning. See where Soto set up way off the plate.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, see if Bill Miller has an Eric Gregg moment. A foot off the plate. Try to sneak one on the inside part. Cruz gets jammed, lofts one in the air. Down the line, but slicing foul. So after the back to that first pitch strike on Nelson Cruz. It was just off the play, but Bill Miller rings it up. Nelson. Just kind of, you know, just make sure here. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see it. This is in case you didn't see it real well. Umpires love that, by the way.
Next pitch was called a strike.
Yeah, they really appreciate that. You're bringing no attention to that call.
Cued foul. Change up from Alvarez. One for 2 game for Cruz. RBI single back in the first. 2-2. Line to center, a base hit. 4 of the 5 innings, Seattle has had its leadoff man reach. Brings up Adam Lind.
Nelson Cruz with a lot of career at bats against Angel pitching. Now he has 490 career at bats for Nelson Cruz. 30 home runs, batting average at that 280 range.
Lind lifts one out to shallow left field. Gentry comes in. 1 down. Lind 0 for 3 so far today. And Kyle Seager coming up. Seager with a 3-run blast in the first inning, his 3rd of the season. Then he lined out to Escobar in the shift. That was in the 3rd inning. Not a big lead at all for Cruz. Seager fouls it back. A little bit high. Shoemaker ended up going 3 innings plus 4 batters, 6 hits, 2 of which were home runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 7 runs, and 5 earned. And really his undoing today, it wasn't as if the Mariners came out being aggressive. He just fell behind quite a bit. A lot of hitters counts. Now ball foul.
And those 2 previous starts very consistent for Shoe. 2 really good ones on the road. 12 and a third innings combined. Just 7 hits and 2 earned runs.
Seager lines one out to right. Cole comes in. 2 down. Cruz back to first base. Every fan matters. Angels taking on the Rays Sunday, May 8th at 12:35. That's Mother's Day. The first 20,000 adults in attendance will receive a Mother's Day beach tote, courtesy of Thermador. To join us on Mother's Day, visit angels.com. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Steve Clevenger has walked twice. Swings first pitch, lofts one out to shallow left. Gentry has to come in. And that leadoff single stranded at first. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Gentry, Escobar, Giavotella coming up for the Angels, down by 4. Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Craig Gentry leading things off. Miley's coming off a 1-2-3-4. First time today that he's retired the sign in order, but he's been solid for the last 3 innings after facing 7 batters in the first and giving up 3 runs. Gentry 1 for 1 as he singled with 1 out in the second.
Yeah, that was a real good swing Gentry had first at bat against Miley. Shorten up his swing.
Tried to bunt his way on. Comes up empty, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not a bad idea. A lot of room there on that first base side. Miley falls towards the third base side of the pitching mound. A lot of room over there.
2-2. Just a little flare out to center. Martin playing shallow is there. 1 down. Top of the order now, and Escobar coming up. Escobar 0 for 2, a ground out and a double play ball. Ground ball left side. 2 down. Well, whatever it is the Angels are doing in the first inning against Miley, they certainly have gone the opposite direction over the last 3+ innings.
Miley really mixing in his off-speed pitch as well at this point.
Ground ball back up the middle. Marte to his left has it, gets rid of it quickly. The Angels go down quietly once again here in the 5th. 1 in the 6th inning. Seattle leads this one. T-Mobile. Get major league coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE in the last year. By Infinity, visit your local Southern California Infinity retailer for a test drive today. And by Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org. A lot of folks in attendance this afternoon, but it's been Seattle leading this one from the get-go. The Angels made a nice comeback in the first, but 3 runs in the 4th for the Mariners, giving them a 7-3 lead as we begin the 6th. Jose Alvarez, the lefty, is done after an inning in 2/3. He gave up 1 hit. Corey Rasmus takes over on the mound. 5th game this year for Rasmus. 0-1 record, a 6.75 ERA, 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks. A bullpen game with Matt Shoemaker facing 4 batters in the 4th before being lifted.
One thing Rasmus has been able to do throughout his Angel career, give innings, quality innings out of the bullpen for Mike Scioscia.
8-9-1. Martin, Marte, and Aoki. Martin 1 for 2. He hit the 2-run home run off Shoemaker in the 4th. 1 of 2 allowed by Shoe today. Home run, his 3rd of the year, now with 8 RBIs. Been a week since Rasmus last pitch. That was Sunday against the Twins. 1-1. Out to left. One down.
Shortstop, number 4, Marte.
Rasmus with 4 quality pitches. Fastball is going to be around 90-94 range, but he's got a real good changeup, curveball, and slider. That's why he's been able to give multiple innings out of the bullpen. Spot started throughout his career.
Marte hits one out towards center. 2 down.
Left fielder, number 8, Milwaukee.
Top of the order now, and Nori Aoki. Over 1. Reach on the error by Escobar in the 4th. Last batter that Shoemaker faced.
Hey,
Halos in the bottom of the 6th inning have Trout, Pujols, and Calhoun coming up. But Miley has settled in. Retired 7 straight. 12 of the last 14 batters.
talked about his good career numbers coming into this game against the Angels. That tough first inning, though. Thought it might change it.
Nice snag by Rasmus. 1-2-3 inning against the Mariners.
And now an opportunity to get right back in the game with this big part of the lineup coming up. Mike Trout with his power. Albert Pujols, 2-run home run already. Then Cole Calhoun has been off to a hot start. Chance to get back.
Things off for the Angels as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Halos down by 4. First pitch, first strike. Trout a single and a run scored in the first, struck out looking in the third on a pitch that was in off the plate. Changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pujols on deck, then Calhoun. Movement going on in the Mariners pen as Trout gets jammed, pops one up. First base side, Alan Lynn makes the catch. 1 down.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. With Albert coming up, this is what he did on a perfect swing back in the first inning. Got a fastball about belt high. Got the barrel of the bat on that with some tremendous lift way out to left center field. and a solid bat flip from Albert. Career home run number 563, tying him with Reggie Jackson, the Hall of Famer.
Oh, 1. That's out toward left center field. The Elvis Martin moves over, puts it away. That's 3 well-struck baseballs for Pujols. 2 for 3 now.
It's a real good sign for Albert in the lineup.
So 2 outs, 9 straight retired by Miley. And now Cole Calhoun. Cole walked and scored in the first, and hit went out to deep left in the third. Angels with just 5 hits. This one's in the air, third base side. A chance to stay in play, and that is a foul ball. Seager ran into the padding there. Rotational signage.
He's trying to track that down and right into his hip. Trying to track the baseball, trying to reach, then runs right in the wall.
A 1.
Cole really hit a baseball well to left center field. It's a big part of the yard going the other way against Miley last at bat. Coming into the game hitting .360 against left-handed pitching.
Two balls and 2 strikes. 83 pitches for the left-hander, 54 strikes. Talk about a completely different guy than what we saw in the first inning and what the Mariners have seen through his first 3 starts. Cole fouls it off.
One of the many new names and faces on the Seattle club.
Both in the front office as well as on the field. This one over to first. And he's got it. Angels down in order. 6 complete. 7-3 Mariners. So the big one at Talladega with the Geico 500, where Dale Earnhardt Jr. will look to defend his title from last year, beginning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific on your local Fox station, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
Isn't that an Eric Church song?
Talladega, yeah.
Yes.
I like Eric Church.
Yes.
Different sound. Rasmus back out for his second inning. At 1-2-3 sixth, they'll face Smith, Cano, and Cruz here in the seventh. 7-3. Seattle leads it. Smith 1 for 3. Singled and scored back in the first. Halos today have committed 3 errors. Come into play today with just 8. Their first 19 games. No balls, 2 strikes.
Up and in, fastball after looking away. A lot of oohs and ahs in the stands also on that pitch, up and in. Remember back in the day, that 0-2 pitch was almost automatic there.
Down goes Smith, 1 away.
And you come right back after an up and in fastball with a changeup running away. Swing and miss. And that pitch, the pitch before, created that outer part of the plate being wide open for Corey Rasmus.
Cano lifts one out to center. 2 down. Follow Angels baseball live with MLB.com at bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, #1 app for live baseball on your phone or your tablet.
Remember the old scouting report was always 2 things you always heard: up and in, down and away. Take your chances.
And for the offensive players, it was take 2 and then go to right.
Yes.
The right-handed batter. Because they're going to go down and away. Just punch it out to right field.
Now it's just swing as hard as you can, even with 2 strikes.
Regardless.
Because the conversation now is an outs and out, whether you hit the ball on the ground that other way or strike out. And it's all about the power numbers.
First base side, Crone. Foul territory. Well, it's in the seats by about 2 or 3 rows. This one out to shallow right. Cole comes racing in, calling everybody off. And Rasmus with another 1-2-3 inning. Stretch time here at the Big A. 7-3 Seattle. Kansas City Royals as the homestand continues tomorrow. Garrett Richards, Jared Weaver, Nick Tropiano, the three scheduled for the Halos during those three-game sets against the Kansas City Royals, the world champion Royals.
Yeah, Ian Kennedy's throwing well. The big free agent signings that the Royals made during the offseason got a very good ERA. Weaver coming off an outstanding game against the White Sox, going 7 innings. 1 earned run allowed.
Bottom of the 7th, 7-3. Seattle leads it. Soto, Simmons, Crone. 10th straight retired by Miley. Soto hits one out toward left center field. Off the end of the bat. And Anderson Martinez is there to put it away. 1 down. Soto with a 1-for-3 game.
Shortstop, number 2,
Andrelton Simmons twice has grounded out today. 0-for-2.
Miley wastes absolutely no time. I know we said that earlier, but he stands right on that pitching rubber.
.34 pitches in the first inning, 54 cents.
Mel Stoudemire Jr., the pitching coach for Seattle, went out and had a conversation with him back in that first inning. Since that point, he has really settled in. .89 pitches. He had 34 of them in the first inning.
3-1 count. Last base runner the Angels had was Albert Pujols with a base hit, 2 outs in the 3rd. There's ball 4. First walk issued by Miley.
Monday key for this game to be successful against Wade Miley. Let it go. Use that barrel of bat and square up some baseballs. It looked real promising in that first inning. Now CJ Cron, we talked about his numbers of late against Seattle, and the square went up right now.
Crone twice has grounded out, once short, once the second.
Just looking for a mistake here. See if he can capitalize. CJ Cron.
Ground ball to short. 6, 4, 3. Second time the Angels have hit into an inning-ending double play. 7 complete. 7-3 Mariners.
Back into this one, trailing by 4 as we start the top of the 8th. Coming up on the SoCal Mazda dealer post-game show. No, Albert Pujols did not take the day off from baseball or history. We will explain. Plus, clearly the shoe did not fit today, but not for lack of trying by the catcher. Jose Mota is going to join me and tell you how this catcher tried to save the start. Save your afternoon as well, by the way. Cuba Baseball's Final Frontier coming up following Angels Live.
Thanks a lot, Jeannie. Here in the 8th inning, Rasmus back out for his 3rd inning of work. He's faced 6 and retired 6. He's got Lynn, Seager, and Clevenger trying to keep this a 4-run deficit, although the Angels really baffled by the Wade Miley that came out in the 2nd inning. Not so much by the one in the 1st. Two-0 pitch. Lynn pulls this one into the shift. Giovatello in shallow right. One down. 0 for 4 game for Lynn.
Third baseman, number 15, Kyle Seager.
Some movement going on in the Mariners pen, but I'd imagine, well, they might be coming back out.
With that changeup he threw to C.J. Cron, that was off the outside corner. Got him to roll over, a double play ball.
Vincent getting ready. Not seen him in the series yet.
Also has the beard working.
Seager 1 for 3, a 3-run blast in the 1st. Shoemaker 7 runs, 5 earned in his 3+ innings. Jose Alvarez an inning and 2/3, and now Rasmus in his, like I said, 3rd inning of work. Soaking up the innings out of the pen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tired of waiting, Seager will back out. Angels in the bottom of the 8th have 9, 1 and 2 coming up. Gentry, Escobar, and Giovatello. Someone gets on, then it's Trout. Good off speed pitch, getting Seager out in front. Out to left. 2 down.
Big part of the yard trying to go the other way. It's a left-handed batter. Just like it would be at safe go for Seager. And hit a long way to get an opposite field home run.
There's Clevenger. 2 walks, a fly ball to left. He's 0 for 1 with a run scored. Two balls and no strikes. Still even to count. Four runs for Seattle in the first, 3 in the fourth. The Angels got their 3 runs in the bottom of the first. 3 base runners since then. This one, the jam shot to Andrelton Simmons. 9 up, 9 down for Corey Rasmus. We head to the bottom of the 8th at 7-3 Seattle. That first inning, couple of hits for Albert Pujols. 2-run home run in the first inning, a single in the third. Then he lined out to Martin in the 6th. Aside from that, Wade Miley's dealing. First pitch swinging is Gentry and lost one out to right center. And the Angels have just not changed the game plan or readjusted to Miley, who adjusted after that first inning.
Yeah, he's really mixed and matched very well. He's been going inside with a fastball, off speed away, down in the strike zone, throwing a lot of strikes. 96 pitches thrown now, 61 of them strikes.
Escobar, an 0 for 3 game. Back-to-back changeups. 1 ball, 1 strike. Escobar drives one out to left center field. That ball's hit well. Nobody's going to get this one. It is gone. A big fly for Yanel Escobar. Second of the season. It's a 3-run deficit now for the Angels.
That's some serious carry to it for Escobar. 3 ground ball outs. First 3 at bats. So they're going to hit one in the air, and it went a long way. Change up, middle of the plate and down. And the back leg swing and the lift for Escobar gets it out of the ballpark. Second season 6th RBI, 8 extra base hits this season for Escobar.
Miley is done after giving up the home run. We are in the 8th with 1 out. The Angels trailing it 7-4. Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. On a mission to save you money. Log on to MercuryInsurance.com today to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We're in the 8th inning with one out. The Angels down 7-4 now. New pitcher on for Seattle, taking over for Wade Miley. It's Nick Vincent, born in Poway, raised in Ramona, went to Ramona High School, as well as Cal State Fullerton, Palomar College. 18th round pick of the Padres in 08. With Pennington pinch hitting for Johnny Giavotella, fouls it off. Giavotella finishes the game going 0 for 3.
Vincent fastball is 88-92 range. There's a cut fastball, mainly fastball, cut fastball, occasional changeup.
He got picked up in a trade with San Diego for a player to be named later. 8th game. 1-1 and a 2.70 ERA. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hasn't walked a batter, so he's around the zone. 8 punch outs, no walks, 4 hits in 6 2/3. Jammed him, that's fouled back. One, 2. Pennington just got a piece of it, keeps his at bat alive.
And that's that cut fastball.
Trout's on deck. Down goes Pennington, 2 outs.
He gets that call real close to being off the outside corner. Backdoor cut fastball. They're setting up away. Again, just a little bit off that outside corner, but a tough pitch though.
Trout 1 for 3 with a single. Almost hit him. One-0. Popped up behind the plate. Clevenger coming back, has a play, makes the catch, and the Angels are done here in the 8th. They get a run on the home run by Yurnel Escobar as we head to the 9th. The Angels down 7-4. Live on your mobile device. Just go to your app store, download the free Fox Sports Go app, log in, stream the Angels wherever you go. 9th inning here at the Big A, the finale of this 3-game set against the visiting Seattle Mariners. The Angels down 7-4. Rasmus back out on the bump to try to finish this one off. Pennington stays in the game. He's in second. He pinch hit for Johnny Giavatello. Martin, Marte, and Aoki coming up for Seattle. Leonis Martin 1 for 3. He had a 2-run home run in the fourth. Takes outside.
That ended up being a real big at bat. At that point, 4-3 game.
Two-0 count. Two-0 now. Fell back. Michael Araujo, the PA announcer for the Angels, making the catch with the glove.
Nice play.
Second time this year he's made that play.
So again, that's why you bring a glove.
We just haven't figured that out, have we?
No.
3 balls and a strike. That's why they call us Mongo. Just use our bare hands.
Yes.
Leadoff walk. First base runner against Erasmus. Ketel Marte coming up. He's been early ball swinging this entire series. He's 2 for 3 so far today with a single and a double. Looking ahead to the ninth inning, Angels have Pujols, Calhoun, Soto. Steve Cishek, closer for Seattle, getting ready.
A team with good speed at first base, but Rasmus has a very quick move.
Big lead for him. Kansas City ended up beating Baltimore 6-1. Chicago defeating Texas 4-1. Quick tag and our team back. That was a sweep, right? 3-game series, if I'm not mistaken. I think the White Sox go back out on the road. Mentioned Oakland lost to Toronto. Tampa Bay over the Yankees 8-1. Cleveland over Detroit 6-3.
Well, Chicago has pitched extremely well this year.
Yeah.
Going into the game, 2.35 ERA for White Sox. So often you'll see opponent run after a pitch out and you don't go. Also, that's one of those ones too is Corey Rasmus wants to try to step off the pitching rubber quickly and then firing over the first base.
Foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order, Aoki coming up. He's on deck. Mike Morin starts loosening for the Angels. Big lead again for Martini. Takes off. Cut on and out to center.
And he doesn't pick that baseball.
Can't find the baseball. He's going to get doubled up.
Simmons really sold that one. Oh, wow.
That was unbelievable. That is the best I've ever seen as far as deking a base runner.
Yes, that was selling it perfectly. And another
All three guys.
Another outfield assist for Mike Trout. And he's going. He's got his head down. Then he's trying to track the baseball. And Pennington's like he's flipping a ground ball double play potentially. And then Escobar gets over there pointing too.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's everyone helping out. And Martine's going, okay, all three of you guys are pointing somewhere. Where's the baseball? Well, it's right there to C.J. Cron for a double play.
This one's off of Aoki. Goes down. It's a foul ball. 0-1. Wow.
That's some great acting.
I'm telling you, man, that is the best I've ever seen.
Yes. That was almost an Abbott and Costello moment.
Yeah. It's Keystone Cops.
Yes.
A Three Stooges moment. Name it.
Yeah.
And I was looking, because I'm watching him, right? I thought he picked up the baseball, and he hadn't touched the base.
No.
So I'm waiting for him to, is he going to touch? Is he going to retouch? What's he going to do? And he ended up never going.
Well, you can laugh about it. He said, well, I did hit a 2-run home run earlier, though, at least.
2 balls and a strike.
They're all going like, all right, I'll remember that. Well, you're in the outfield, so we don't have to worry about you anyhow.
I think they're yelling at Escobar, because I think Escobar is the one that came in. He was the closer.
Yeah, he was.
He closed the deal. 2-1 pitch. Upstairs. 3 balls and a strike.
The who's on first moment, he goes, well, you're not going to be back on first.
(3-1). Full count. Seth Smith on deck. Rasmus trying to wrap up his 4th inning of relief. And he walks Aoki. And Smith coming up. Charles Nagy's going to come out and pay a visit. 2 walks in the inning. Go back and look at the Leonis Martin play at second.
He's going on a steal. And Marte hits that ball to center field. And everyone pointing. And then Escobar pointing too. He finished it up. But Simmons, Pennington playing as if they were going to try to turn a double play. Then another outfield assist for Mike Trout. And then having some fun looking out to the infield. So yeah, you got me pretty good. I mean, real good.
Two outs, man at first. Shift is on with Smith at the plate. 1 for 4 today with a single. Struck out his last time up, and that was against Rasmus in the 7th. .44 pitches thrown by Corey, 25 strikes. 1 punch out, 2 walks. Cishek will pitch the 9th for Seattle. Pujols, Calhoun, Soto coming up for the Angels. 0-1 count on Smith with 2 outs. A lot of attention to Aoki. Takes off. Up and in to throw down to second base. A little bit high and safe at second.
First stolen base of the season for Aoki after being caught twice.
Just the 6th for Seattle.
Had a pretty good jump. As quick as Rasmus could be to, as far as his pickoff move, a little bit slower as far as times to the plate. Hand on the base, trying to keep that tag applied just in case there's any disconnect between the hand and the base.
One. 1-2. Casey Candell, first base coach. Retrieving that foul ball, giving it to Young Fan. $37,754 this afternoon. Little League Day. Oakland takes off 1-2. Smith skies one out to deep right. Cole racing back to the wall, and that is gone. Seth Smith, a 2-run blast. And it is 9-4 Seattle. Just when you were hoping to try to keep it a 3-run deficit, give yourself a chance, Seattle opens it back up. 3rd home run of the game for the Mariners.
It's one of those things too where Corey Rasmus just ran out of gas. We've seen that a few times where he's extended to that point, get a couple walks, and now the two-run home run.
Pitching change in the 9th. 9-4 Mariners. Rasmus allows, comes with 2 outs in the 9th inning. That was to Seth Smith, a 2-run home run. Extends the Mariner lead to 9-4. Mike Moore comes on to relief. With 2 outs, the base is clear, and he gets a chance to face Robinson Cano to get the 3rd out. The Angels back in the dugout. Moore pitching in his 11th game. 1-0 at a 3.86 ERA. Cano 0 for 4. Moore pitched last night for a couple of pitches. 1/3 of an inning.
It's a real good changeup.
Oh, 2 downstairs. Ball gets away, then Cano feigns as if he swung at that pitch. Start running.
Yeah.
Just drop the bat, start running.
Exactly.
When you're going bad, maybe. Robinson Cano, you want to swing the bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cruz on deck. Cishek has sat down, so maybe it's Vincent to close it out. Got the last 2 outs of the 8th inning. Down he goes, and that'll do it. Seth Smith, however, extends the Mariner lead with a 2-run blast. We hit to the bottom of the 9th. Pujols, Calhoun, and Soto coming up, down 9-4. Pujols coming up. He's 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, and a line out to center. Nick Vincent remains in the game. He got the last 2 outs of the 8th. He's got an opportunity to pick up the save. He has 1 career save. That was with the Padres
back in 2013.
Albert's home run in the first inning, his 3rd of the year. 2-run shot, giving him 12 runs batted in. Lines this one up the middle. Cano, we're shading him that way. 1 down.
Boy, and Albert's really hit the ball well, all 4 at bats. Let's go back, take a look at our Fox vision on what he did back in the first inning as Clevenger's setting up inside. Look at the target set, but then the target missed middle part of the plate, and Albert crushes that one out to left center field for a 2-run home run. This location, you do that against Pujols, you're going to get that result. But 4 really good swings today by Albert.
Cole 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Not overpowering, but a lot of movement, especially that cut fastball. Nice, easy delivery, too. Lays off.
Everything's either a fastball or cut fastball. Some other pitcher reliever did a pretty good job of using a cut fastball combo with that Yankee uniform.
Mariano.
Yep.
Fouling it off. I think he could have gone the Cher Madonna route, just gone with one name.
Yes. As well as he threw and his postseason numbers. Yeah. And he's even got a little commercial now.
Count remains at 1-2. This game started with an interesting first inning. 66 pitches combined between Matt Shoemaker and Wade Miley. 7 total runs. Miley settled in. Shoemaker did for a couple of innings, but then could not get out of the fourth. Miley ended up giving up 4 runs at 7 1/3.
3 home runs by Seattle today. The difference.
Two. Cole goes down swinging. 2 outs.
One of the rare off-speed pitches for Vincent. A changeup. Mentioned that earlier. Occasionally will throw that pitch. There it was right there with movement. After looking for fastball after fastball, cut fastball too.
2 outs here in the 9th. 9-4. Mariners leading this one. Rubber game of the series. Hold 1. And Giovanni Soto 1 for 3. Simmons on deck. Soto with an RBI double in the first. Ground ball. This one towards short. Marte has a little bit of a bobble. He'll throw out Soto, and Seattle takes the final game of this 3-game set, Kubi. 9-4 today.
Yeah, I think what it came down to was the power swings from Seattle. Seager with a big home run in the first inning, and then Martin and Seth Smith with a 2-run home run apiece, both of them in the power swings. As Miley settled down after the first inning as Seattle wins this series 2-1. Kansas City coming in next, but Albert swinging the bat well.
Wade Miley picks up the win. Matt Shoemaker takes the loss, and Vincent picks up the save. 9-4 the final. Seattle takes this one. Stick around. Angels Live post game is coming up next.